Have you ever heard of mythical creatures that could soar through the skies breathing fire? These are the fiery flying serpents of ancient lore, mysterious beasts whose very existence seems to blur the line between legend and reality. From the earliest days of human history, tales have been told of terrifying winged serpents that terrorize the countryside, leaving behind a trail of destruction and despair. But are these fiery serpents nothing more than figments of our ancestors' imaginations? Or do they represent something more sinister lurking in the shadows of our past? In this video, we will dive deep into the world of these enigmatic creatures, exploring the evidence for their existence and uncovering the secrets behind their enduring presence in human mythology. Fiery flying serpents appear in many forms across many cultures. Sometimes they are depicted as gigantic winged dragons, capable of wreaking havoc on entire cities. Other times, they take on more subtle forms, such as the feathered serpent god Quetzalcoatl in Mesoamerican mythology, or the Chinese dragon, a symbol of power and wisdom. Despite their many guises, these creatures share common characteristics that set them apart from other animals and make them truly terrifying. One of the most striking features of these serpents is their ability to fly. In a time before humans had developed any form of air travel, it would have been easy for our ancestors to believe that such creatures were gods or otherworldly beings. After all, how could a mere animal fly? To the ancient people, these flying serpents were often seen as messengers from the gods, or even the gods themselves, bringing both good and evil to those who encountered them. But what may be even more terrifying than their ability to fly is their mastery over fire. In many stories, these serpents are depicted as being able to breathe fire, making them even more dangerous and elusive. How could any creature be capable of breathing fire without burning itself? This would have only added to the mystery and intrigue surrounding these creatures, making them seem even more powerful and fearsome in the eyes of those who believed in them. So what evidence do we have for the existence of these mysterious beasts? Unfortunately, not much. Most of the evidence we have for fiery flying serpents comes from ancient texts and folklore, which are often difficult to decipher and can be interpreted in different ways. Some scholars believe that these stories were simply a product of ancient humans' fertile imaginations, while others believe that they may have been based on real encounters with large, scary animals. However, there is one account that stands out among the rest, a story so bizarre and detailed that it has captured the imaginations of many who have heard it. The story goes back thousands of years to ancient Mesopotamia, where a fierce battle was said to have taken place between the gods and the demons. During the conflict, the goddess Ninsun was impregnated by the god Enki, and when she gave birth to a son, she entrusted him to the care of the goddess Nia. However, the boy was not an ordinary child, but rather a powerful demigod who grew up to become a great hero. As the young demigod grew older, he began to exhibit signs of his divine power, and it was clear that he was destined for greatness. But as he grew, so did the threat posed by the demons, and it became apparent that a great battle was on the horizon. When the demons learned that the son of Ninsun had grown to adulthood, they sent forth a terrible monster to slay him. The beast was unlike anything the people had ever seen before. It was a giant snake with wings, and its breath was fire. With its razor-sharp claws and teeth, it was able to cut through stone and metal like it was nothing. And as it flew through the sky, it unleashed its fiery breath, scorching the earth below. The demigod was forced to flee from the beast, and as he ran, he called out to his mother for help. Ninsun heard her son's call and rushed to his aid, transforming herself into a ferocious lioness. She fought valiantly against the serpent, but it was too powerful for her to defeat on her own. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, the god Enki came to the rescue. He fought alongside Ninsun, and together they were able to defeat the serpent and save the demigod's life. This epic battle between the gods and the demons is said to have taken place over the course of 7 days and 7 nights. Each day, the demons sent forth a new monster for the heroes to defeat, and each day the heroes prevailed. On the 7th day, the demons unleashed their most powerful weapon, a giant scorpion with a venomous sting. But even this monster was no match for the combined powers of the gods and heroes. Finally, the battle was over, and the demons were defeated. And that's where the myths meet reality, because from the earliest days of human civilization, man has been fascinated by snakes. In fact, Some of the oldest known artifacts depicting snakes date back thousands of years to the Paleolithic era. Snakes have been revered as symbols of power, wisdom, and healing in many cultures around the world. But what if these ancient people weren't just fascinated by snakes? What if they had actually seen something truly terrifying, a creature that could breathe fire and soar through the skies? The idea that snakes can fly might seem absurd to us today, but it's important to remember that ancient people didn't have the same scientific understanding that we do. They believed that the world was full of magic and mystery, and that there were all sorts of creatures that we now believe to be mythical. Could it be that these ancient people were actually witnessing real creatures, ones that we have since forgotten or dismissed as fantasy? In recent years, there have been a number of supposed sightings of flying serpents around the world. In 2012, for example, a video emerged showing a strange creature that appeared to be a giant snake with wings. The video was reportedly filmed in the jungles of India, and the creature seen in it is unlike any known species of snake. It's large, with a wingspan of several feet, and it seems to glide effortlessly through the air. While it's difficult to say whether or not this video is legitimate, it certainly captures the imagination and makes us wonder if such creatures really do exist. But the ancient texts don't just tell us about these creatures, they also teach us how to fight them. According to legend, there were certain plants and herbs that could be used to repel snakes and even kill them. For example, there is a story about a hero who was able to slay a giant snake by using a plant called asarabaka. This plant is said to have been so powerful that its roots were used as a poison for arrows, and its leaves were used to make a deadly poison. If this story is to be believed, then it seems that ancient people knew that certain plants could be used as weapons against snakes. In fact, there are still people today who claim to know how to fight off these creatures. According to some accounts, the best way to defend oneself against a flying fiery serpent is to use a wooden stake or a spear. The idea is to pierce the creature with a sharp object and bring it down out of the sky. Of course, this is easier said than done, as anyone who has ever tried to hit a fast-moving target knows. But if you have the right tools and skills, it may just be possible. So what should you do if you find yourself face to face with a flying, fiery serpent? According to legend, the best course of action is to remain calm and try to reason with the creature. If you can convince it that you mean it no harm, it may just fly away and leave you alone. But if the snake is angry or feels threatened, it may attack. In that case, you need to be prepared to defend yourself with a wooden stake or spear. Some people might dismiss these legends as nothing more than superstition, but it's important to keep an open mind. After all, there are plenty of things that we believe today that would have been considered pure fantasy in the past. Who knows? Maybe there really are flying fiery serpents living in the wilderness, hidden from our sight. But let's be honest, whether or not these creatures exist, the legends surrounding them are fascinating. The idea of a world where snakes can fly and breathe fire is truly captivating, and it's no wonder that these stories have been passed down for generations. So the next time you're out in the wilderness, be sure to keep an eye out for these majestic beasts. You never know what you might see. Thank you for joining me on this journey to uncover the truth about the flying fiery serpents of the wilderness. What are your thoughts on these mysterious creatures? Do you believe they exist, or are they nothing more than figments of our imagination? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. You can also click the link in the description to expand your understanding of Christianity's hidden roots with the must-read books. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Until next time, stay curious, stay open-minded, and remember that the truth is often stranger than fiction.